So now next part, like assume that like you are executing this particular scenario. Okay, so you are trying to test the scenario. So you are purchasing the product and you are placing the order successfully, but the customer is not getting notification over the mail. Okay, so you are going to select the test environment and you will be clicking on the start button, and as the customer didn't get the notification, like what we used to do, so we used to fail the test case. Okay, so now we are failing this particular test case. So whenever like we fail something, okay, so we should create the defect for the same. Okay, so now if I navigate to this particular user story, right? Okay, so we are having two scenarios, and out of which like one is failed, which means like we need to create a new defect and we need to map the defect to this particular user story. Okay, and now we can't close this user story as well because like we had one failed scenario. So whenever the scenario is failed, so we need to log a defect. So how we are going to log a defect in the sense, so just navigate to the Jira board. So wherever you are in, like at the top you would be able to find the create button. Okay, so which wherever the page you are, so you could be able to see the create button at the top of it. Okay, just simply click on the create button. So once after clicking the create button, so your project name will be selecting by default, and in the issue type you need to select as a bug. Okay, so basically, so the defect we call it as a bug. So what are the information like we need to include in this particular issue tab in the sense? So basically, right, you need to give the summary. So summary is nothing but it is kind of an like one line description. Okay, so you need to provide the one line description over there. Okay, and post that like here you need to provide the steps, so which is nothing but which we call it as an steps to reproduce. So whatever the steps you have followed, so you should mention like each and every steps, and after mentioning the steps, so you should mention the expected result, okay, along with the actual result. Okay, so that like we will get to know the difference, and we should attach the proof of evidence. So evidence is nothing but, so we need to attach the screenshot and post that like you need to map the defect to the respective user story, as well as you need to map to the respective epic, and then like we should map this sprint as well. So in which sprint like you have find this defect, so we need to provide all possible information in the defect, so that like it will be helpful for the developers to fix the particular issue. Okay, so now initially as I told, the status will be like kind of an new. Okay, so now we need to like give the summary. So let's say like summary as in, so notification not triggered over the SMS, or I can change it as like post placing the order. So the notification are not triggered over the SMS. Okay, so just I'm giving the summary. So now in the description here we need to mention the steps to reproduce. Okay, so whatever the steps you have mentioned, like you should mention each and every step along with the test data. So you should mention the test data as well. So let's say like sign in with the prime customer. Okay, so search the product. So even like you can mention the product name. So and then proceed to payment page. Okay, and then like place the order by selecting pay later option. Okay, so this is the steps you have followed. Okay, so now what is the expected result? So let's say, so the expected result is like So the notification should be sent to the customer via mail. So the notification should trigger to the customers via SMS. Okay, so now I have mentioned it. So now what is the actual result? But while we are testing, okay, so the notification is not triggered. So now I'm just I'm adding the actual result over here. So now let's say, so the notification is not triggered to the customer via SMS. Okay, so in assigning, so generally like we need to assign to the development team, or else like let it be of an automatic. So the Scrum Master will be assigning to the respective developer. So now here it says select parent. So parent is nothing but what is the epic. So here as of now I'm having only one epic called as an pay letter. So Amazon payments I'm just mapping to the particular epic. In which sprint you have found. So let's say I am finding in the sprint number 4. And reporter name will be obviously your name, and here you will be having the linked issue. The linked issue is nothing but in which user story. So you should search the user story. Even like if you search by the user story number, so each and every user story will be having the unique number. So you can search with the number and you can select the respective user story. Okay, so now here you need to attach the evidence as well. So even if you click on the 4 more field, so like here we are having the label section or the story points, etc. So even like we can estimate the story point. So as a team, so we will be gathering and the development team will sell. So in order to fix this issue, we may require 2 points. In order to test this issue, we may require 1 point. So all together, so they will be providing the 3 points to this particular defect. Now here either we can attach the screenshot over here, or else like you can create the Word document, you can attach the respective screenshot. So for example, let me just attach one sample screenshot. So let's say like I'm just attaching the screenshot. How we will be taking the screenshot? So the shortcut is Windows Shift S. Okay, and I'm using the shortcut. I'm just attaching this particular screenshot. How I will be attaching in the sense? So either in the description, like we can attach the screenshot over there, or else like you can place it in the Word document. You can attach the Word document over there. And whenever we click on the create, right? So what happened? So a defect will be created. You could see the notification says, so the LM15 is created. So each and every user story, each and every defect will have some unique ID. Okay, so this is the defect which we have created. So now if you open the defect, like you could see whatever the information we have created. So everything is populating, and even the story points, the sprint number, everything is populating. So we have linked to this particular epic. So now this is the user story which we have mapped. If you open the particular user story, okay, so apart from this 2 scenarios at the top, you could be able to see the defect as well. Okay, so which means like in order to close this particular user story, so the defect should be closed and all the relevant scenarios should be passed and all the relevant subtasks should be closed. So one and only if everything is done, we can move the particular user story. And even like if we click on the project dashboard, so the defect, whatever the defect we have created, it will be displaying in the project dashboard. And the developer, the Scrum Master will assign this particular defect to the respective user. So you could see initially it is unassigned. So then he will be clicking on and he will be searching the name. So let's say like he is assigning to the particular person. So he can browse the person name and he can assign it up. So from here they will be tracking the activities, because like in the Scrum call they are obviously going to share this dashboard. So from this dashboard, like we will get to know, so like what is the status of each and every user story and what is the status of each and every defect. So the Scrum Master will easily track the activities. So whenever the issue is found, so we should like log a defect as well as post logging. We should map the defect to the particular user story, and even if we navigate to the epic, so in the epic wise, okay, so the relevant defect will be available. So in order to close this epic, so all the relevant user story and all the open defect should be closed, so that only we can able to close this particular epic. Okay, and either we will be completing this epic in a single sprint or a multiple sprint. So those things will be taken care in the sprint planning call. I have already told. So like in the planning call, so the business analyst will elaborate each and every user story, and while elaborating, right, so like we will be providing the story points. So what is the story points which is required to complete this particular user story, considering the dev and the test effort. And post that, like they will be creating their own subtask and working on the dev analysis, development activities like test design activities, execution, etc. Okay, so this is how like we will be mapping the user stories, as well as we will be logging the defect in the Jira board. So this is the actual process which we use to follow in the projects. So like if you click on the project tab, so this is the project which I have created called as the LMTI project. So you can refer this and you can able to establish the relativity. So if you need to, if you wish to practice, what you can do, you can click on this project drop down and you can select this learn more manual board. So navigate to this particular board, and if you click on this backlog, okay, so now like in which like just select epic wise, okay, it's a like just click on the epic drop down and enable this epic wise, and here there is an option called as a student space. So just click on the student space. So here try creating your own like user story. Okay, so here you can add your own user story and you can map the relevant test case. So by this way, like you will be getting an clear picture. So like how we can map the test cases to the user story, how we can log the defect. So whenever you are going to practice something, so use the student space, or else like make a note of this number called as an LMTI 37. As I told, each and every epic, each and every user story, each and every defect will have the unique ID. So you can search this unique ID. So if I search LMTI 37, okay, it will be populating the respective epic. You can easily navigate to the particular thing. Okay, so this is how like we follow in the real time. So we will be tracking all the activities only inside the Jira board. Okay, so the Jira board is going to act as a project management tool.